many of you really knows what impeachment really is? For instance, how many of you think impeachment means that a sitting president is taken immediately out of office? And how many of you think that the next in line for office is the runner-up candidate from 2016? Well, you'll be wrong on both counts. Hillary Clinton would not be our next president if President Trump were successfully impeached and indicted. As a matter of fact, the next in line would be Vice President Pence, who many believe is actually worse than President Trump. Once the impeachment process starts in the House, the conviction for that impeachment has to be completed in the Senate. You can't have one without the other. Also, you have to have something to convict the president of before you can even begin the impeachment process. The Constitution has restrictions on the number of things that can be used to impeach a civil officer. It has to be limited to treason, bribery, or other high crimes and misdemeanors. You cannot impeach a president just because you don't like them. You have to have something substantive, something that has to have at least a chance of getting a 2/3 majority vote in the Senate. That is why the Democrat Party hung all of its hopes on Russian collusion. It was never anything more than a fundraiser for the 2018 and 2020 elections, but they hoped it would turn into something else. If it had been discovered that a current sitting president had colluded with a foreign power to steal the elections, then that might have been upheld as treasonous. Another problem the Democrats have is popularity. President Trump is very popular, in spite of the bad press and the incessant attacks from late-night hosts. Indeed, all of Hollywood seems arrayed against him, but he still is too popular to be impeached. His approval rating would have to take a considerable nosedive before the Democrats would be comfortable impeaching him. But the major problem here is one that I've already touched on. You have to have a 2/3 majority vote in the Senate in order to get a conviction. Impeachment doesn't mean much if you don't have a conviction. President Clinton was impeached in 1998, but was acquitted of all charges when the Senate failed to come up with a necessary 2/3 majority vote. It remains on his record that he was impeached, but he was never convicted. And that is the fear of Democrat leaders like Nancy Pelosi. They fear that even if the House can get a successful impeachment vote, the conviction itself would die in the Republican-controlled Senate, which would mean President Trump would be completely exonerated of all charges, something she would rather not have considering how far we are still out from the elections. Even if the Democrats somehow gain control of the Senate in 2020, there is no guarantee they would impeach President Trump even then. Remember, impeachment is nothing more than a popularity test. One of the reasons that President Nixon faced impeachment was the erosion of public opinion and political support, both of which President Trump still has plenty of. If you liked that video, please leave a like and subscribe for more conservative views. Even if you don't agree, we're always happy to see even dissenting comments. After all, this is a free country, right?